All right, students, this is question number 6 from the in-class practice that I assigned to you on Friday. What we're going to do is we are going to factor the following trinomial. Trinomial because it has 3 terms. So when we stack things on top of each other, this time we're looking for 3 of a kind. So let's get started. We start off with the negative, and I hope I can get this to work. My negative 35xy. Since it's negative, as we saw in the previous video, we're going to start factoring the negative 1 out of the 35. That just lets us see that we have a negative we have to keep track of. Well, let's do the 35, and the 35 would be 5 times 7. Okay, so we have our factors of negative 1, 5, 7, an x and a y. So we're going to write everything in a line. So we got negative 1 times 5 times 7 times x times y. Okay, so now we want to work on the next factor. We would need the prime factorization of the number 30 and the variables x, y cubed. Well, xy cubed is pretty easy. X times y times y times y. So we got to work on this 30. So what 2 numbers you can think of that multiply together to give you the number 30? Well, pretty easy is you take 3 times 10. 3's prime, can't do nothing with it, so we work with the 10, and the 10 is 2 times 5. So 3 times 2 is 6, 6 times 5 is 30. So we found our factors, and our factors are prime factorization, 3, 2, 5, of course the x and the y, y, y. But this time we're going to put them underneath in order so we could see if things are repeating. Well, I don't see a 3 on this line right here, so I'm going to put the 3 over here. Let's see, I see a 2. I don't have a 2, so I'm going to put the 2 over here. I see a 5. I got a 5 right here, so I'm going to put it right underneath it. I have an x, and I'm going to put the x here, and I have 3 y's, so I'm going to put 1 here so I can see that I have a pair, but the other 2 are going to go to the side, y and y. Okay, it's got to work out, so when I'm done, I want to multiply everything together. 5 times x is 5x, 5x times y is 5xy, 5xy times 3 is 15xy, 15xy times 2 is 30xy, 30xy times 2 more y's is 30xy cubed, and that is my double check. Okay, so now what we're going to do is start with the next number, and the next one is 50. Let's see, x cubed y. X cubed y is easy. It's x times x times x times y. So let's work with the 50. Of course, we don't want to start with prime numbers because there's no negatives. So let's see, what can we do? We could do 2 times 25. If you double 25, you get 50. Well, 2's prime, so let's do the 25 is 5 times 5. So we have all of our factors. All of our factors are 2 times 5 times 5 times x times y. Again, we want to stack things so we can see things. So we start off with that 2. I have a 2 here. I don't have any other 2's anywhere, so I'm just going to drop this 2 right underneath this 2 right there. I have a 5, but look, I already have 2 5s, so I'm going to put this 5 right over here. So now I have 3 of a kind, but I have another 5, which I don't have a need for, so I'm going to throw it here on the end. I have 3 x's, but look, I have a pair of x's right here, so I'm going to put the third x here, and the other 2 are just going to go over here and over here. And then lastly, I only have 1 y, but look, I already have 2 of them here, so I'm going to put this one right here. Draw me a little line. Now I'm ready to see, again, I have a trinomial. So I want things 3 at a time. Here's 3. Here's 3. Here's 3. All right. So let's go ahead and find the GCF. Greatest common factor is I bring a 5 down because I have one triplet. I bring an X down because I have one triplet. And I bring a Y down because I have one triplet. And I just found my GCF. Now I'm ready to find my leftovers. Leftovers. And I'm going to go ahead and erase all this because I need a little bit of room. So what was left over after? So if I multiply -1 times 7, I get -7. If I multiply this line right here, I go straight across it. I got 3 times 2 times X, or Y times Y. 3 times 2 times Y is going to be 6Y squared. Okay, what's left over here on this last line? I have 2 times 5 times X times X. That would be 10X squared. Okay, I put these in parentheses. I start off with this one, then I move to this one, then I move to this one. So I have a -7, a +6y squared, and a +10x squared. All right, let's see if this works. So here we go. I'm saying that my answer is the factors 5xy times -7 plus 6y. That's a y. That's an ugly y. Let me redo my y. I could do so much better than this. Y squared plus 10x squared. Okay, let's see if this works, because I should get out what I started with. Well, if I multiply this times this, I get -35xy. Check. If I multiply this times all this, 5 times 6 is +30. X times no x is x. Y times y squared is y cubed. Okay, check. And then I multiply this times all this. 5 times 10 is +50. X times x squared is x cubed. And y times no other y is a y. Check. There I go. I got everything I needed. I double checked it. Of course, this was my answer. So that's what I would write down. All right. Hope this video helps. I will see you on Monday.